Hi, and welcome to the Coiltek Masterclass. Hi, I'm Trevor from Coiltek, and welcome to the Coiltek Masterclass on the Gold Extreme coils for the SDC 2300. Today I'm joined by three semi-professional prospectors. Rick Fishers from the Aussie Gold Prospectors Show, does most of his gold hunting in Western Australia. Tim Smith, who's a Victorian goldfield hunter, and Trevor Clark, who does most of his detecting through South Australia. Today we're going to go over why we have these new coils for the SDC 2300 and what you would expect from these coils and when to use them. We've had some good discussion around. We've got another question here. Tim, in regards to these SDC 2300s and detectors in general, there's not one coil that'll do it all. And the reason we have more coil choices is to give options for the users out there. So for a new user looking at a new coil for their SDC who hasn't ever had other coil choices before, what advice could you give them in regards to these coil choices for their SDC?
Well, all our other machines that are on the market, our GPs, our GPXs, our SDs, have all been given aftermarket coils. So why not bring that same flexibility and combination to enable the SDC to become a much better platform than what it is? So Coiltek have developed these coils, and they've given us flexibility and combinations now to target small gold, medium gold, and deeper gold.
Yeah, and different coverages and different sort of abilities in different regions.
Absolutely, and it goes back to what we keep saying, that horses for courses. Small coils, small gold. Elliptical, bigger coils for chasing deeper gold, but also the ability to be able to cover a lot of ground in a hurry, and then going back and finding your first patch, and then going over and chasing bigger, deeper pieces with the 11-inch round.
So that leads me to another good question actually, and I'll ask it individually. If you had one coil to choose, and you had money on one coil, and I know everyone's smiling here because we're going, hey, look, which one do I go for? Because we're saying, you need to have different coils for different areas. But if you had one coil, if you were, ready to go in and I wanted one coil, Rick, what one would you get?
I know what I choose. Personally, I like this one.
I'm sorry, no, I've already
No, you
got
got
that
that one. I personally like this one only because where I go in Western Australia, it's a huge state and there's gold. There's gold in Western Australia and there's a lot of it, but it's sparse, and that's the great thing. It's still there because it's sparse. Now, to cover the ground, the larger the coil would obviously cover more ground than a smaller coil. And with a large elliptical coil like this, knowing the areas that I detect in Western Australia, this sort of thing would be my ideal weapon of choice for that type of ground.
So the 14 is for you. What about you, Tim? Which one would you take out of these two?
Personal experience for me, I'm pretty torn between an 11 and a 14.9. I've found really good pieces deep with the 11, so I know that it can pick up deep pieces. But the same as Rick, the goldfields are pretty big areas. I'm trying to find areas that other people haven't been to. So I'm walking hills, walking lines. Again, this coil chews up those hills, and it's sensitive on smaller pieces. So they say smaller pieces lead to bigger pieces.
Yeah, they do,
I want to be able to hear that small piece that's going to slow me down and start me working on an area that maybe a bigger coil may have not heard that piece, and I've already walked over it. So,
and Trev, you'd be the same. Do you think you were fighting over that one before? Do you think the 14x9 would be your choice?
The 14x9 would be my choice if I could only have one coil.
If you could only have
one. If I could only have one, that's the one I'd have. Combination of sensitivity, pinpointing ability, and ground coverage.
So general purpose, good gold at depth, and for the smaller pieces that others have missed.
But ideally in your armoury, to have all three to cover every single scenario out there, bar a potato at a metre that only probably a Z's going to get that the SDC.
Yeah, there's certain things that this SDC can't do. So let's not allude that this thing's going to do everything. You've got GPX platform, you've got Gold Monster, you've got GPZ. Yeah. They're different machines, different powers, different magnetic fields, different abilities. So we're just talking about the coil choices for this SDC.
Having said that though, Trev, different machines see the ground differently.
Yeah.
And I've already had situations where the SDC with an 11-inch coil is picking up gold that has been pretty well covered by GPX and GPZ.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the features are that cause that to happen, but ground that you really think has been looked at fairly well, they're still popping out of the ground.
It makes me wonder sometimes what settings they've got those machines on, and with the SDC the settings are very, very standard, very simple, and it's very difficult to miss gold with the SDC with these choices of coils, as opposed to other types of metal detectors, whether a PI or VLF or what have you, that have missed gold. And these coils with the SDC, there's a really good chance you can't miss them. You're going to find it.
And these things run on ironstone, pure ironstone, that no other machine will run. And I've found pieces in reefs that I know that have been hammered with every other machine, but they're noisy. Yeah. And that little tiny murmur that you're looking for, that these things just light up like nothing. You cannot miss those targets.
There you go. That's a really good conversation there around the different types of coils and some suggestions around why you would use them.